Hi everyone, my name is Lauren Severe and welcome to my channel. Today I have a really cool book review to go over with you guys. This one is for The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones. This is a standalone book that I got in the October Owl Crate box when I was still getting the Owl Crate boxes. And so it has a different cover. The covers are normally black. This one's white. I actually really prefer this one. It felt a little bit more stark and unsettling. I don't know why. But anyway, so this is a little bit of a different cover probably than you've seen unless you follow like Owl Crate unboxings. I've never done an Owl Crate unboxing on this channel. Every time I filmed one, they were cursed, so I just gave up trying. Anyway, I wanted to do this book review during the month of October because I absolutely adore Halloween and everything having to do with it, and I wanted to like dress up and do like skeleton makeup and like the whole 9 yards. But I have a life and it didn't happen, and yeah, so there was that. Anyway, this was a really cute book. I gave it a 4 out of 5 star review. I will say that there need to be some expectations for the book, but again, as most of my reviews, spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. So I always start with the good things and then sort of lead into, you know, the criticisms that I have, and normally I try to make those criticisms things that are constructive, that we can all learn from as authors and readers, and yeah. Anyway, so the good things. I really enjoyed a lot about this book. It was a fun read. It was a lot of like Welsh origin world building and mythology, and I enjoyed that a lot more than I thought I was going to. I don't see a lot of it, and so it was a really sort of interesting foundation for the world building and like the magic system and the curses and all of that. Also, this was such a good zombie novel, and like I typically don't like zombie novels. I love Halloween. I love scary stuff. I love horror movies. I love the whole 9 yards. I love psychological thrillers. I mean, I love fantasy. I love weird stuff. I'm a total nerd. It is what it is. But like, honestly, like zombies to me tend to go like cartoony or like so gory that it's just like overbearing description when it comes to books. So like, this was such an interesting, wonderful take on a zombie novel that I really enjoyed it. And there's the main love interest and one of the main characters of this book. What is his name? Ellis or Elliot? I can't even remember. Jesus. I know, like, come on. Ellis. I thought it was Ellis. Anyway, so he has a chronic, debilitating injury that doesn't get better, isn't magically healed, and that he has to live with. And that is a disadvantage to him at times, but that he has learned how to be a person who lives with that, and to be a full and engaging and wonderful person with backstory and depth, and that was really great to see. It was really great to see somebody who had even like the form of a disability or a type of disability. Chronic pain, I think, can be a disability, especially because this was like an injury that actually affected his whole arm and couldn't use it at times and things like that while they're fighting and running from zombies. You know, and he was still this dynamic, engaging character, and that was really good to see. You don't see that a lot. Also, the character of the zombie goat was the greatest of all time of this whole freaking book. I don't know how Emily Lloyd Jones had me like rooting for this dang goat And when the goat died, I was so shook. And then when the goat came back to life, I was shook again. And then when the goat died again, I was devastated. And I was like, why do I care so much about a goat? Also, another really cool thing is that this sort of took the chosen one trope and turned it on its head. So the main character, Rin, she is trying to keep her family together. She's like a poor, uneducated grave digger because her parents were grave diggers, and when her parents, died or never came back and all this other stuff, she was the oldest, so she just sort of took over doing what she knew how to do, which was what they taught her to do. And so it's her experience that makes her important, not that she was chosen by anything. I personally, in my young adult fantasy novel, Songs of Autumn, my main character, she's a chosen one. I like the trope, okay? Don't get me wrong. But it was kind of interesting to see just a commoner, risking her own neck and doing her own thing. That was really good to see. I think that there's so many different kinds of strength. And that was a kind of strength I hadn't seen in a while, or in this way. It was a very unique take on it, and I really enjoyed that. Also, I will say the pacing was really good. There were a couple of twists that were really good. It is a standalone novel, and there are a couple of things that were a little bit predictable about it, but in sort of a cheesy, fun way, especially if you have the appropriate expectations, when you're going in to read the novel. If you have the appropriate expectations, then I think you'll enjoy it. It's a really fun little read. It's not supposed to be life-altering. It's not supposed to be an epic tale of adventure. It's supposed to be a little bit fun and a little bit wry, and you're supposed to connect with the readers and connect with the world building and connect with the story in the world, but it's not the next literary masterpiece, so keep that in mind. But if you are looking for something that you just want sort of a fun, lighthearted, world immersing book, for a day or so or for the weekend, it's a good one to pick up. Okay. But now that I've done all of the good things, let's get into some criticisms. There's not a ton. This is a 4-star review, so it was a pretty good book. Like I said, there were some things that were really predictable, mostly in the form of the last big plot twist and stuff. It was so painfully obvious by the end that I was just a little bit getting dragged along, come on, could you stop beating the dead horse in the ground already? We've already figured this out. Also, the transitions in this were so strange and so weird that it pulled me out of the reading experience on multiple occasions. I couldn't figure out at the beginning, if it was, kind of genius or kind of stupid, but by, the second or third time it happened, I was like, can you stop with these strange transitions? Please, please, please. It was point of view changes in the middle of stories and narrative discussions that were totally separate from the actual telling of the story. And honestly, it didn't need all of that to stay interesting. It just chopped up the flow of the story, and it made everything just a little bit choppy and weird. And I didn't like that. So that's kind of why it lost the 5 stars. Also, again, it's a fun, lighthearted read, but it's not the next literary masterpiece. It's just a fun sort of tale. And so it's not going to get a resounding 5 stars for me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review. That's pretty much all I had to say about the book. I think, go into a little bit more depth at my Goodreads account. If you would like, you can follow me or follow my reviews on Goodreads. I will make sure to link all of that in the description down below. It would be super cool if you liked, subscribed, and rang the bell to get notified of any more reviews or fun things to come, things like that. It would be super awesome. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Happy reading, happy writing, and I hope y'all have a great night. Bye, guys.